Hey friends, Mrs. Dinsmore here. I have a Skippyjon Jones book. This one is called In Mummy Trouble, and the author and illustrator is Judy Schachner. And one of the cool things about Judy Schachner's Skippyjon Jones books is that she uses a lot of Spanish words in her stories, so we have a chance to practice some Spanish vocabulary words. So while I'm reading, when I read pages that have some Spanish words on the pages, I will pause, pick up some note cards to show you those Spanish words, and you can pause, write those words down, think about what they might mean based on how the author used them in her writing, and then using a Spanish-English dictionary translator, you can see if you're right. It's pretty fun. So here we go. Skippyjon Jones in Mummy Trouble by Judy Schachner, and this is published by Scholastic. Skippyjon Jones in Mummy Trouble by Judy Schachner. Take a peek at the illustrations. Skippyjon Jones did his very best thinking outside the box. Think about what kind of box a cat uses. And this twisted his mama's whiskers tighter than a Texas tornado. "Hey you, Mr. McPooh," said Mama Junebug Jones, "just what do you think you're doing?" McPooh didn't say boo. He was too busy reading. He's reading right there in the bathroom. "Hey, little digger, I'm talking to you," said Mama, scooping up her boy. "A pyramid outside the litter box will never, ever do." Then she saw his magazine. "National Geographic," mused Mama. "And the Curse of the Cat Mummy. Why, this will give you nightmares, boy, with an upset tummy too, plus a puffy tail on the grandest scale. This story is taboo." Taboo means she doesn't want him reading it. But Skippyjon Jones was in no mood to listen to his mama, so he skedaddled into his room. Look at the toilet paper everywhere. Do you know any cats who like to play with the toilet paper rolls? For a really good bounce on his big boy bed. He bounced once, he bounced twice, and the third time he bounced he said, "Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones, and I do love my mummy, but if I don't bounce I get knots in my tummy." Then the kitty boy flipped over to the mirror for a look-see. "Holy smokito!" exclaimed Skippyjon Jones. "I know you," he said to the doggie in the mirror. "Your ears are too big for your head. Your head is too big for your body. You are not a Siamese cat." Then, using his best Spanish accent, he added, "You are still the big Chihuahua, dude, the whole enchilada." And they just might like enchiladas in Egypt, thought Skippy. So the kitty boy donned his mask and cape and began to sing in a moist, soft voice. "My name is Skippito Frisquito, clap, clap, and I'm off to see old Egyptito, clap, clap. My chicos insist, and I dare not resist the chance to go meet a mamito." Let me show you the Spanish words from that page. Muy and chicos. Muy chicos. In the meantime, his little sisters, Jezebel, Jillyboo, and Jujubee, rolled into his room with a plan of their own. But the kitty boy was already deep inside his closet, on his way to ancient Egypt. Think about what he might find in ancient Egypt. This is a well-loved book whose pages are somewhat coming out, so I need to try to hold them carefully. And paddling down the river Nile, who should sail right past but a kooky crocodile? Hunkered down on his lumpy, bumpy back were all his old amigos, the Chimichangos pack. "Adonde vas?" called out Skippyjo. "We are going to the Undermundo," answered the Chihuahuas. "Not to the underwear," exclaimed Skippyjo. "No, no, no," said the Puchitos. "You silly little beast, to the underworld, where mummies rest in peas." "Peas?" exclaimed Skippyjo. "Who wants to sleep in peas?" "We do," said the doggies. "We hear they are to die for." Rest in peas. Let's take a look at the Spanish words. Amigos. ¿Adonde vas? Amigos. ¿Adonde vas? The question mark at the end. "You mean they are better than the frijoles?" asked Skippyjo. "Sí, mucho mejor, señor," said Poquito Tito. "Vámonos," said Skippyjo. "What are we waiting for?" But then Don Diego, the biggest of the small ones, spoke up. "Hold your ponies, Pepito. To get to the Undermundo, we first have to answer the riddle of the Sphinx." "But I'm not good at riddles," said Skippyjo. "No problema," said Poquito Tito. "You have a muy big brain." Then they set forth from the Rio Nile to find the Sphinx. The muchachos began to sing. "Skippy, skipoo, Skippyjo, we only have one chancerito to pass by the Sphinx, so don't be a jinx, just answer the riddle dum-dito." Okay. Frijoles. Sí. Mucho mayor. Mucho mayor. Señor. And vámonos. This is a cool illustration on that 2-page spread. It's tricky when my pages are falling out, but take a peek at that illustration. Pretty cool. The muchachos arrived at 4 o'clock sharp, but the Sphinx had been waiting forever. "Don't let the gato get your tongue, dude," said Don Diego. "What cat? Where?" asked Skippyjo. "That cat, there," said the Peritos, pointing to the Sphinx. So they're calling that the Sphinx. That's right here. But before he could say anything, the great Sphinx spoke. "Whose ears are too big for his head? And who loves to go bounce on his bed? Who creeps on all fours through his own closet door, straight into the land of the dead?" Oops. No problema. Rio. Muchachos. Those were from the last page. Oops. No problema. Rio and muchachos. Or Rio, it should be pronounced. All right, now from these most recent 2 pages, gato and peritos. What's the answer to the riddle? Whose ears are too big for his head, and who loves to go bounce on his bed, who creeps on all fours through his own closet doors straight into the land of the dead? Skippyjo knew the answer to this riddle, but he was so nervous he coughed up a cat ball. Not a cat ball, Mrs. Dinsmore. He coughed up a little fur ball. "You call that an answer, dude?" said Don Diego. "The answer!" bellowed the Finks. So with his permission, the Peritos were free to pass on to the tomb of King Rootin' Tootin' Kitten Kabootin. When they finally reached the pyramid, the doggies burst into song and dance. "Osi, Ose, Osiris. Our boy had a touch of the virus. He coughed up a ball, so the Finks made a call, and now it's inscribed on papyrus." But when Skippyjo saw how dark it looked in the pyramid, he began to feel queasy. "My tummy hurts," he groaned, "and my tail is getting puffy too." Does your tummy ever hurt when you're scared? But his chicos would not comfort him. They just wanted their peas, por favor. "Are you not El Skippyjo Frisquito, the great sword fighter?" asked Poquito Tito. "See," declared Skippyjo, "that is me." "Then do your duty, dog," commanded Don Diego. So Skippyjo drew in a deep breath and dove into the darkness of the musty old tomb, chanting, "Peas, por favor, peas, por favor, peas, por favor." Por favor. What does that mean? Por favor. He rocketed through the vault like a fur-covered comet, until suddenly, smackito! Skippyjo hit a wall and knocked himself out cold. Soon after, 3 goddesses emerged from the shadows to prepare the kitty boy for his journey to the undermundo. "First we salt and pepper him," said Ba, the first goddess. "And sprinkle him with lucky charms," said Da, the second one. "Then we wrap him and roll him and bundle him tight," said Bing, the third goddess, "and blow him a kiss and say nighty-night." Then the trio rolled the wrapped cat down the ramp into the king's burial chamber. Across the room stood the 4,000-year-old sarcophagus of King Rootin' Tootin' Kitten Kabootin. Here's the sarcophagus. And just as they were about to deliver El Skippyjo Mamito, he rolled right into the feet of the oldie-moldy mummy. "Bada bing!" moaned the king as he stretched out his paws. "I need to rest in peace." "Peas!" screamed El Skippyjo Mamito, waking up in a flash. And quicker than you can say mummies, mumps, and measles, he grabbed 2 paws full of peas and hightailed it home. When Los Chimichangos saw El Skippyjo Mamito come rolling out of the pyramid, they went into a real tailspin. Then all the doggies began to chant, "Green chickaroos hot, green chickaroos cold. The best chickaroos in the world are those that Skippyjo holds." But El Skippyjo Mamito was too scared to slow down, so he chucked the peas at his chicos and kept right on running. Chickaroos. Straight into the arms of his mummy. "What's the matter, Fuzzy Bug?" asked Mama Junebug Jones. Skippyjon Jones looked back over his shoulder to see if the three spirits were still chasing him. "Bada bing!" he wailed, dropping the last of the peas. Then three giggling goddesses raced into the room after Skippito with their puppets and a roll of toilet paper. "We're going to wrap you and roll you and bundle you tight," they sang, "and check you for cooties, then kiss you goodnight." It was his sisters. That night, Skippyjon Jones was bouncing on his big boy bed. "No mummies in my closet, no mummies in my bed, no mummies in my bookcase, no mummies in my head." Just before he closed his eyes, the kitty boy checked his room one more time for mummies. The only one he saw was his own. "I love you, Mummy," said Skippyjon Jones. "I love you too, Bunny Boots," said Mama Junebug. "Now go to sleep, por favor." And there's the illustration on the back page. Well, thanks, friends, for joining me for some Spanish vocabulary, courtesy of Judy Schachner and Skippyjon Jones. Happy reading. I'll see you next time.